Cynthia with AQ Lighting and Brian. We're here to tell you about a product that a lot of you may not be familiar with, and it's one of your favorite products.
Absolutely, I love this stuff.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit on why you love this.
I love it. I think it's the quality of construction. It's just superior. The light output is superior. It's a great product that I've been selling to customers now for maybe 4 years or so.
Okay.
And it's just tried and true. Just a great product.
It's come a long way. This is called the Hybrid 2. It's got a copper board. You kind of chuckled when I asked about the warranty because he says, yes, it's got a warranty, but he never has to use it because there's never any problems. So that is, that's a man's best friend outside of a golden retriever right there. Nobody likes to go back to a job, nobody likes to redo their project, and that's where the staying power, I mean, this is beefy. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's kind of even tough to maneuver. This is a beefy piece.
Mm-hmm.
So what is now this is directional, so you only have diodes on one side, it's not on the back, it's directional. And then how bright is this?
So it's actually brighter than rope light. If we're going to talk about lumens, this is a cool light piece that you have in your hand. It's about 180 lumens. This is a warm white, it's about 145.
And when you say that, obviously these come in 150 foot roll, so you're not saying 180 lumens for the whole 150 foot roll.
180 lumens per foot.
Per foot. That is a lot of punch, and we'll turn it on a little bit later, but that's really clear. So this was 145 lumens per foot, as of this was 180. Okay. Clear for you guys out there? All right. And then as far as installation, this was, like, what's the voltage here? And
It's 120 volts. So that's what makes it similar to rope light, is the fact that it's 120 volts. You can run it up to 150 feet in distance. But we call it hybrid because it also has similar characteristics to tape light. So the diode that's on it is similar to tape light.
yeah.
It's built on a PCC board, similar to tape light. So it has different characteristics, and it just makes it a great product to work with. So.
Now the longest run is 150 feet. So my thought was, okay, so you need an outlet every 150 feet if your application, if you're going around a room and you need a little bit longer, but you had a really good idea. And that was to plug it in and then go in 2 different directions, and then you've got your 300 feet.
Exactly.
And that's good to know. So when you're laying out your project, you just want to make sure you have outlets within reach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask too. It's only 2.3 watts per foot. I haven't done the math
Wow,
on that.
so it's
it's a little
little.
over 300 and however many watts for a roll. But that's not much.
No.
So that's very low amperage. So it's not usually when people ask me, oh, how many amps is that going to draw? It's usually not a factor.
All right, and then as far as installation, this looks like plug and play. I just plug it in, turn it on. But as far as installing it, how do you install it in your cove?
Cove molding, it's going to depend on your cove. You may be able to just lie it in your cove. If you need sometimes maybe to make it behave, you
Okay.
can always add some little mounting clips if you needed to make it behave. It fits right over
Kind
the.
of mounting clip.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really easy. If you can see that, it's got little holes right there, so you can easily screw it or tack it in. So that's
Yeah. This is another way, is your channel. This is an aluminum channel, it comes pre-drilled, a couple holes in it. It's very sturdy, it's a nice channel to work with. You have to really push to get in there. Once you start feeding it, it'll go in nice.
okay.
You start on the end, and then you work your way, and then you...
slide it in?
No. You wanna...
Go in
I don't wanna hit you with it. But it's pretty sturdy, so like I say, you wanna start on the end like that and
okay.
press it in.
Yeah, he's got to show you that. He's just kind of squishing it in there. is
Start
what
on
he's
the end
doing.
and then squish it in as it goes.
Okay.
But it's once it's in there, it's not coming out.
Yeah, I just like to show you so you can see the ease of the product. So rope light is cuttable every 30 inches, ours anyways, and then this you can cut every
18 inches.
18 inches, and then there's a cut mark for you.
I have cut a lot of rope light. I've cut a lot of H2. This is bar none easier. I can't say exactly why. The cut marks are very easy to see. It's just that triangle right there, cut right through
if
the
you
center.
can't see it, when you get the product, there is like a triangle marking it, and if you recall our rope light video, you said you had to kind of adjust where you were cutting.
I pay attention to that.
Yes.
And yes.
Where this is clear. The other thing your department does is custom cuts.
Absolutely.
So tell them how you would do that. They just place the length they want, or
Right.
kind of
So
walk me through
you
it.
can buy entire rolls at 150 feet. They even
Okay.
do have certain kits that come with kind of a bulkier end like this. But we will custom cut it for you if you need smaller pieces. So we'll cut it to any 18-inch increment. This is a power cord that you would use for custom cutting.
Well, much sleeker.
It is real nice. I've had plenty of people, they want to save a little bit of money, so maybe they order a 50-foot wherever that increment breaks down, and then maybe they order 2 more of these power cords. So they can save a little bit of money that way by just they do their own custom cuts, but they just order one small piece. So I'll give them one 50-foot custom cut, and then they do the rest. But installing this is the power connector. It installs right in the end.
That's a beefy connector. I've seen a lot of different connectors with the rope light and the tape light product. This is heavy duty.
Yeah, it installs very easy though. Easier than most rope light, I would tell you. The power cord, I would usually have a piece of heat shrink if I was using this outdoors. I put a piece of heat shrink on there first. Indoors, I wouldn't care. But you know, just installing the cord. Once you get it in there, that's how easy that was.
Is that?
So
Okay, so if your project has any increments of 18 inches, then is it fill out a form on the web page or
little drop down box.
a drop down box? Okay, and then so then you kind of cut it at our own factory, pre-cut it, and we would send it out to you. So it still comes down to a plug and play application because all you have to do is plug it in and it's the right links for you. I love that, love that. So colors.
Colors, we only custom cut here warm white and cool white. However, if you want to buy full rolls, red, green, blue, and then they also do make an RGB.
Okay, okay. So do you want to see how bright it is?
Let's turn it on. I want to point one thing out.
All right.
So because this is directional, it's about 120 degree beam spread.
Okay.
So that means all the light is coming out in one direction. So even though this one may only be 145 lumens per feet, and we have rope light, probably the brightest on the market, that's 130 lumens per foot, this is going to look way brighter. Because you're taking all that light that was going 360 degrees, and you're condensing it into 120 degrees.
So this is a sample of the rope light, and that's what he's speaking of. These diodes are 360 degrees. Therefore, the disbursement is the same. Whereas here, where whatever direction you're hitting it at, there's just gonna, I mean, it's just the natural course. It's gonna be more powerful.
Start out with maybe a cool light first. Smaller one. You can turn this one on.
Okay.
The switch. It is fully dimmable as well. Okay. So that there, I'm sure they can see that.
There you go.
There you go. Can you plug in? How about plugging in one of the cool? Well, it's not cool. It's more of a moon.
More of a moon.
Yeah.
Okay,
So this is about 130 lumens per foot.
all the way around.
All the way around.
Okay.
So when you see that, and then this is 180, so it's definitely bright. Way brighter.
Right. Right.
Can't compare. I think we could even try the warm light. this is about 145 lumens per foot. But you can still see that dash will light up, but it's just way, way superior.
So it really is just gonna depend on your application, and these are dimmable, so even if you brought it in, you're like, oh, that's too bright for my application, dim it down. You have that flexibility,
That's
which is
right.
great. Now, what are the jumpers for?
Jumpers, if you need to go around corners or just you want an area where you don't want the lighting, they come in all different sizes, 6 inches,
Okay.
3 feet. They go even larger than that. So they're
Okay,
easy
so if
to
you have a
install,
space you need to jump
easy
over.
to use.
Now, what about, like, I know with this rope light, you can use like a quarter, if you will, to make a turn.
Yes.
What about the radius here? What's your comfort zone for this product?
Well, this is kind of how I explain it. Anybody that's ever talked to me, they've heard me say this. I always explain to them, it's kind of like a ribbon that you wrap a package with a present with. And so it will bend in very easily in this direction.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're going around the room and you're on a wall and you're facing it outward, that's easy. So this is the only thing here. When it's flat, if it's laying flat on your table, you just have to let the hybrid do its own thing. So if I have it flat here and I want to turn to 90 degrees, you'll see that it's dimpled up on me. And I may have to install maybe a mounting clip on either side of it, just to make the rope light, make the hybrid
Probably do
behave.
something like
Exactly,
this.
just to get it to behave.
Yeah.
So then, but you need to let it do its thing here. You don't want to,
Don't crease it.
don't crease it, don't
Don't
bend
crease
it.
that with anything. No tape light, rope light, or this hybrid. You
Exactly.
do not want to crease it.
So you can still bend it.
Okay.
You just want to let it do its own thing.
Okay. I like these clips. I think we covered it for you. If you have any questions, send a comment, or you can call our 800-865-7221. If there is a product that you'd like to hear about, that you'd like more information on, that's what these are for. We're here to help you install. We're here to help you learn. This is 120 volts, which is really nice. The tape light is not. Those are 12 volt or 24 volt. But this is, like you said, similar to the rope light.
Great. It's a great product. I recommend it for a lot of applications because it is easy. There's no transformers required. It isn't low voltage. You're 150 feet, like you said, as opposed to a lot of tape light. You're limited to 16 feet or maybe 32 feet. So this blows past tape light.
Yes. And for anybody who's a contractor, you only want to return because the job's expanding. So this is a go-to product because you won't have to return as far as any failure rate or that type of thing. It really is that
If you're paying for 2 electricians and a boom lift to put this on top of a 3-story building,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with this almost every time.
What's you know what, we didn't talk about the IP rating. What's the IP rating?
IP65, so it's
Okay.
outdoor rated.
That's good.
You don't want to submerge it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We do have Free Fixture Friday, and that is really going to be exciting for this. I think every Friday is exciting, where we talk about a product, and whatever product we're talking about, we give it to you. What do they have to do?
Share it.
Publicly. You got to share it publicly for it to count, and then we send it off to you, and then we'd love to see how you used it in your application. It's a way for you to get familiar with our products. All right, thanks for joining us.